Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn. My name is Brandon Ross. I am your host and dungeon master for this episode, and I just want to, say hi. I'm still having fun and semi regretting how Sunday went down, but it's okay. The community got what it deserved.
That was amazing.
The community got what it deserved. That's all I can say. I don't know what challenge we're going to do next, but we probably will have one because honestly, it was actually kind of fun. Besides the fact it didn't fit very well because too beefy, but it's okay. It's okay. We'll figure it out. If you missed it,
It'll be fine.
if you missed Sunday, you missed me in a cat girl maid outfit because there was a challenge issue to the community. And I already missed the cat maid outfit. I thought about putting ears on just to have fun, but I was like, the background filter's on. It's going to mess with it, things like that. So can't do it. But I'll figure it out. Maybe I'll get like a black sheet or something up behind me and turn off the background filter. We'll see.
Ooh.
Oh, it's America.
You can catch the VOD though if you're a subscriber.
If you can go catch the VODs. Actually, I put those on followers only, so you're good. They're public.
So yeah,
You can
then
go see them.
go watch the VOD and get the nice view of Brandon in the main outfit.
Yeah,
That's what I did.
have fun. Enjoy it. Anyways, Game Sense episodes announcements. We have to do those first. They're important. First off, we have all the lovely, incredible socials that we love to have. We have our YouTube, we have our TikTok, we have Twitter, and we have also a strong going content output of our Patreon, which I can proudly say is doing amazing. I love the content we put on it. And I'm going to sit here and gush about it for a little bit because a good portion of the Patreon team's in here. And these members do amazing. I mean, every month they've knocked it out of the park with your magical item, your NPC, your monster, your battle map, and your entire one-shot. It's been absolutely amazing. So if you need these things, which you do, because every dungeon master needs to have at least a couple of one-shots just in their back pocket, because you never know when someone's going to cancel, especially in D&D. But we still want to have fun. We still want to go roll dice and use the clicky clackies, as all the dice goblins say. So we want to make sure you can do that. So this is our solution to that, is to give you the tools you need to succeed. Should somebody unfortunately not be able to make it, you can still have a ton of fun with our pre-made one-shots. If you want to see how great and effective they are, this Sunday coming up, we will have our very own David hosting our very first one-shot from our March Patreon. So I'm excited for that because I know I'm definitely going to be a part of it. I don't know who else is going to be there. I just know I'm going to be there. From that, we have our Discord servers. We have our main server, which is just for community getting together, outreach, sharing memes, talking life, things like that. But then we have another incredibly amazing server. And I'm probably going to mess the name up because I'm not used to any announcement for this. As you can see, David will not be with us for a little bit, and that's okay. We love him. We can't wait to have him back. Until then, we'll just deal with this Zon lady, whatever. Tolerate her.
Excuse me.
No, but it
dare.
is it's a West Martian style server called Land of Ashurma, I believe. I always get a couple of the words wrong. I know I do.
I think you said it right actually.
Look at me go. I'm learning. I wish I was more proficient at it. I just don't get a chance to dig into it because my life is very busy with a lot of other things behind the scenes. But what I do know about it and the experience I do have is incredible. It has adventures, it has guilds, it has text-based roleplay. You have voice channels you can go to play D&D. They'll teach you how to play D&D. It's a very open and amazing community that accepts people of all walks of life and all of their, how do you put this, experiences on tabletop gaming. So if you need help just learning how to play the game or getting used to how to play the game, come check it out. Join us over there. Feel free to ask tons of questions. The staff there is very knowledgeable and kind, and I do love everything they do over there. It's amazing. And it just, that's what I love, is just people learn to play this game because it's a great outlet for a lot of things and just creativity. Like, I just love making worlds. And I love putting all my lovely players through the world because it's awesome to see them twitch every time I say there's a door in front of you.
That's why Red took knock.
That's what Red said. Knock.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fuck this door. Beyond of that, I think that wraps up our announcements. Am I forgetting anything, guys?
Not that I can tell.
Don't believe so.
Okay. Well then, let's get into tonight's episode. And let's have some fun real quick. Let me do a couple of things really fast because I'm looking at this help dice.
No.
It's looking a little thin. So
is.
let me crack open all up into our settings here and be patient with me, all. Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's turn that on. There we go. So each player can hold up to 3 help dice. What these help dice do is it lets them add a 1d4 to just about any d20 roll that they choose for their player.
Except for death saves.
Except for death saving throws. That's right. Those are always on me, and you never see what they are because I hate my players. I want you to squirm.
Tell us how you really feel.
I want you to know the fear of death.
Nix, there's a reason it's called player hater gaming. It's
There
not
is a
his favorite.
reason.
I mean,
Fair.
to be fair,
Fair.
Brandon got to experience it last night.
I did.
And I failed both saves, by the way. I never told you, but I failed both of them.
I gotta tell you, it's harrowing being on the other side of it. It really makes you think, damn, can I afford to watch my guy bleed out over there? Boss is almost dead, but I do have a healing word prepped. It's great. If you don't do it, I suggest you do. It's amazing. Roll your DMs, roll death saves for your players. That's all I'm gonna say. And I'll tell all these at the end. This way I can just do them all at once. I'm seeing 2, 1 for Red. Look at these people go. Look at this. Use your channel points. Don't forget you also have a D20 reroll over here. Let me get my Mondo dice. Where'd you go? There you are. Got it. Mondo dice. You ever want me to reroll a D20, just let me know, guys.
Oh yeah,
It's in
I like it.
your hands. But let's give out our free D20 tonight.
Oh?
Yeah, who wants to do the recap?
I can do it.
All right, then. You may roll it now. Well, first off, you will be judged by your fellow players after the recap. So first off,
The lore master is in the house.
Oh,
the
How
pawn,
accurate is
the
it?
console.
So I'll do this from the doctor's
Proclaim
perspective.
your recap.
So, last session, we got to finally have Eva back, awake in the physical world again. The doctor did a health checkup on her to make sure she's physically fine. Everyone was a little concerned about that. We had a conversation between Red and Eva about just general theory talk, mostly. We all went to go get food, and on our way back to the infirmary, Eva was hearing a meow off in the distance. Curious, she went to go see what it was. Doctor could not follow, sadly, due to his restraints, we'll say. Red, however, did, and they ended up coming back with a baby displacer beast or cub. Doctor recognizing what it was, very curious about why one of these is here, as is everyone else. But the party officially adopted it once the first mate, I believe, was the one who gave permission, as long as it doesn't eat or hurt anyone. And after that, we did a little time skip, and we finally landed at port in Rees. And the day before we hit port, the doctor spoke with one of the dignitaries, the female dignitary specifically, and wanted to have a conversation with her in regards to his home island and what she knew about it, because she seemed to know a lot about it for someone who wasn't there. Finding out that they didn't realize that there was at least 3 survivors at the very least, Doctor being one of them. They also were not aware of the undead portion of the disease. doctor then requested her to find more information and to relay it back to him, if she would be as kind to do so, in exchange for more information from the doctor about the events. But once we landed on port, we all got paid. Doctor said his farewells to the captain in a very "fuck you" manner as he walked off. Headed down to the dock, and Eva, Red, uh, were back on the boat, taking their time. But as the Doc was waiting for him, someone taps him on the shoulder, and hands him a note saying, from Drax. Drax had apparently found an inn into Rees, and Doctor realized what he was trying to do: smuggle himself in. And then Doc waited for Eva, and Eva and Red, we headed to the other boat we were told to go to. On the way, Red bumping shoulders with our new friend, Zahn. Uh, Zahn ended up also having to come back with us to Wingata for her own reasons. As soon as we boarded the new ship, the gameplay was immediately taken up, and the ship immediately left off. Because all the first mate was told was that there was four. He counted four of us. First mate being the gnome. I don't remember if we caught his name or not. But after that, we got settled in our bunks. Doc, Eva, and Red went up to the top deck to find a spot to talk and discuss everything that happened on the boat, as well as Doc letting Eva and Red know about Drakic infiltrating the city of Rees. At that, we got food, got to know Zahn a little bit better, realizing Red's super jealous.
Jealous.
So jealous.
Hella. Roll for jealousy.
Yep.
But once we did so, once all that was going through, we had a nice meal, conversations happened, and then we hear someone shouting from a top deck, and we got curious, came up to see, and Doctor nearly fainted at the sight of his island in a place it shouldn't be. It should be on the other side of what the island world would be. When I believe it was Eva who pointed out that she saw people on the island. As we passed by it, the ship was taking a wide curve around it, and the doc went to the captain and demanded to be left on that island. Not too sure why the captain allowed it, but he told the first mate to give us a raft, and we would set off to the island on raft with all of our gear, including Tweely. And that's where we left off.
Judges?
Pretty accurate.
Yep.
It'll do.
All right. Do you want the roll now? Or do you want to take the dice so you can hang on to it?
I think I'll take the dice because I'm not because I think it's a smarter move knowing what might be on this island.
Okay. Hang on to a d20.
I will.
So, as all of you are making your way across the Cloud Ocean, you do notice that it is still kind of emerging, coming up out of the Cloud Ocean. And this is not a new, well, maybe to Zahn, it might be a new concept, but to Red, Eva, and Doctor, you're aware that some islands, due to the fluctuation of magic within them, have to do a bit of a resting period and actually dip below the Cloud Ocean for a certain amount of time. As all of you are getting closer and the cloud cutter is making its way away from you, the two of your paths parting more and more. We already made our strength checks, I believe, and they did decently well. Let me check the roll history.
It was a 5 from the doctor
Oh,
and a 9
that's
from
right.
Zen.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Rigger, rewind. We made our strength checks. They did below average. So I would say probably takes a better part of about the distance you saw it from. Oh man, probably a solid hour and a half. Just trying to get to it. But after this time, the island seems to have stabilized. Go ahead, give me perception checks across the board, please.
Cool.
There's a 14 for the doctor.
12 on my end.
Got an 8.
Well, nice.
Okay. Doctor, as you're looking, you kind of vaguely remember a bit of where you're coming up to the island.
It's a different perspective.
What was that?
It's a different perspective.
It is, yeah. As you're heading up to the island, you do begin to notice that only about an eighth of it is currently sitting in front of you. Like just enough land to really call, like I'd say it's probably anywhere from like 5 to 7 acres worth of land that is completely emerged. And you see a couple individuals just out there, just seem to just be walking around. Let me see if you guys are noticed. Oh, yeah. As you're approaching, you do see one of the figures kind of puts their hand over their eyes to kind of shield from the sun. Their other hand goes to their head, starts waving. You hear somebody shouting like, "Hey!"
Zan waves back.
You just wave back.
Hi. Hello.
You can see him. He starts like pointing, like trying to like. You don't know what he's pointing to, but eventually all of you look and you can see there's like a semblance of like a ramshackle dock where there is a vessel fastened there.
Guess we make our way over to that dock.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I have to sneeze. I'm trying to hold it off. Worst time to have to sneeze. I gotta narrate. Okay, they were good. So as all of you get to this, again, very ramshackle, mostly destroyed dock, you are able to obviously tie off your raft, get your gear unloaded as a humanoid individual is making their way towards you.
I imagine the doc would be the first person to introduce themselves.
Okay, and before you is a... This will be funny because this is the name it generated. I wouldn't say elderly, but like just past middle-aged male individual. Definitely tan skin, kind of like that bleach brown hair. Like, you know, like they have brown hair, but it's spent a lot of time in the sun.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just, generally looks to be just kind of like a nice person, just kind of a rotund, but walking towards you. Hey,
Hello.
how are you?
Confused about this island's here.
Well, yeah, it is strange, isn't it?
It should be on the other side of the world, and doesn't seem like it's the entire island.
Should it?
Yeah, it
Brad's
should be a
gonna insight all of this. Just saying.
Okay.
same doctor is too.
Roll an insight check.
Ooh,
That is a dirty 20.
do not
my
like,
guy.
do not like, do not like.
I got
Uh-huh.
doctor got a 21.
Okay. Stop ruining it.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I wouldn't be mad if that was the case.
He just seems like a confused as you are. Nice guy, genuine.
Just a dude.
Yep,
with
just a
dirty
guy.
20. Okay.
Doc's going to switch language.
Okay.
I'm going to Nosh.
Okay.
And I'm going to ask him, do you know what this island is?
Is that sorry, but I only speak common and bad common.
Switch back to common. It's the native tongue of the island dwellers.
Kind of looks around. Where are they?
Probably buried.
Oh.
Buried alive with myself, honestly. Do I recognize this portion of the island?
This would be, thinking here, you would live mostly southern part of the island because it was a little more mountainous. I
Mhm.
say mountainous, but hilly, rocky, things like that. No access to the cloud ocean, essentially. This would be kind of northeast section. Roll a history check.
All right.
See how much you pull from this.
I'm going to add a help die on that.
Okay.
That is a 26.
26. You know, at one point in time, this individual, this was I wouldn't say like a private dock, but it wasn't exactly public either. Like the public could use it, but it was owned by a private house. It was owned by an individual named Enan, Enan.
Yeah.
No last name. Just Enan.
Okay. Let's see. Doc would probably, once he recognizes the location, I looked at the individual. So, I imagine you're not the only one here. So then we saw some other people with you.
Yeah, it was my family. You say you know this place?
Well, it's a portion of a bit of a bigger island called the Archipelago of Ivory.
Let's see if he knows it. He kind of scratched his head a little bit. I mean, I think I may have seen on a map. I was at one point in time a low end merchant, but well, that adventure didn't go out too well. Kind of failed spectacularly at it, honestly. So my well, here, let's get inside before it gets too late in the day.
Yes, I hadn't. I don't think. I probably think Doc hasn't even ever been on this man's property before. Maybe like once, and that's probably it.
You would be aware of
know.
it, but like you didn't make like house calls
Yeah.
out here exactly.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Like they usually come to us instead of the other way around.
Yeah. So he'll actually lead you back to a very well built homestead of brick and lumber, like stone, like well made stone.
Mhm.
Once he gets there, you do all notice there is probably about two younger individuals just kind of playing in the area.
If they happen to look over, Zan just kind of smiles and waves. Big grin on her face.
You see they're actually like playing with like sticks like kids do with swords.
Oh no, we have a
Zan
golden
pulls out her battle
retriever
axe to show them, like, look, this is a weapon.
And the kids just drop their sticks, just wide-eyed. Wow. Like, I say kids, they're probably like 10, 11, but they're
Yeah.
still in that stage where it's like, wow.
This is a very special battle axe. Yes. I got it from my father, who got it from his father, who got it from his father. Very old, but it works very well.
The only thing Dad gave me was a cold.
Oh, well, maybe you can pass that down to your future kids.
Yeah. And you see the individual's like, please come inside.
Also, we didn't get your name. What should we call you
Oh,
other than
apologies.
Sir
My name's Rufus.
Rufus? Pleasure to meet you. I am Zan.
Nice to meet you.
The moody one is Red.
Hello there.
Hey.
The blonde one is Eva. And the one with the mask is Doc. The doctor, preferably.
I was going to ask
With
about
the-
that, but I figured if you're rowing a raft in the middle of the cloud ocean, probably need to have something strange about you.
Yes.
Our ship was passing by, and I recognized the island and knew it shouldn't be here, so I insisted that we come.
You see he looks past all of you to your raft. Ship, huh?
Sailed past us.
You, gonna go back to it?
Nope, they left us here. They had no interest.
Okay, then. And he just kind of heads inside. He holds the door open for all of you.
Head on in.
Inside, given the time of day, it's probably like lunchish, I would imagine. Like, actually, no. You guys had lunch. It would be shortly after lunch. So there is the smell of a meal being prepped for dinner, probably. And as you head inside, this is I would say with your passives, there's no need to roll here. It definitely looks like the place was tossed and then put back together, if that makes sense. Like there's very nice furniture and side tables and chairs and rugs. You can see where there's like still dust or debris on a rug. There's like a hefty nick or a busted piece of furniture that hasn't been completely cleared out just yet. Like whoever these people are, they have not been here very long.
All right.
Oh, come on in, come.
Doc's just gonna look around and see if there's any like portraits of Anon.
I would say there is artwork, but some of it is either on the ground, busted, or crooked, but also none of. There's no like. There's a couple busts, but as you look at them, you're like, him. I don't think that was him either. You can't. You're not really sure if there's any here. You're not sure if he was that kind of a pretentious person.
Didn't hurt to didn't hurt to ask.
No, not at all.
All right. Well, so you guys have made yourself home.
Yeah, as I said, didn't do great as a merchant, but I did make a bit of coin, and we were on our. I put the family onto our cloud vessel, and we sailed around, mostly just making small trade here and there, living off the boat. And then about, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, we almost got capsized as this piece of land came out from under us almost. Decided to check it out and realized there was a building already here, and we didn't really know what to make of it. It was just floating around. So we're like, well, it doesn't go too deep into the ocean. Maybe we could make it livable. But we decided to stay at least a night or two, and it dips down, but the top floor of the house still remains mostly uncovered. So I figured, well, doesn't look like anybody really lives here.
Not anymore. This house used to be owned by a man named Anon. Certainly okay person. I never really got to know him personally, but He was a very private individual.
Let's see. So you're from this place? It's only one house.
As I said, this is a portion of my main island.
Where's the rest of them?
Probably back where it should be. Honestly, I don't know why this piece broke off. That's why I decided to come here. And my compatriots followed me.
I mean, I wasn't gonna let my new friends go off on their own. So,
Well, that's probably a good idea. Well, now what?
when you
Oh.
say the island kind of like dips down, how often has it done that in like the last 2 weeks?
Oh, it makes it about a day, and it goes under. Sometimes it'll be a little longer, a little shorter. I haven't really to the hour. I couldn't tell you, but for the most part, about dead of night goes under for a few hours and then swoops back up.
Even though it's
Odd.
broken off from the main island.
Yeah, that's what there was off. Like I said, it almost turned us ass over tea kettle in our ship.
It's very odd. Would you mind if we just look around the island? I'm just very curious about why it's here.
No, feel free. Go ahead.
Oh, and I don't see a problem with your family taking residency here, in case that was a concern of yours.
Thanks. He just
Well,
he looks genuinely confused.
I mean, best to go to someone who can use it more than Anon could.
True. Well, if you guys are gonna poke around, feel free. You gonna come back for dinner?
I don't see why not. But I don't wish to impose on you that much. I feel like we've already overstepped a lot of our bounds here.
Appreciate it. Supplies running low. Well, good luck.
Thank you. Doc will start by turns to the party. He's like, I don't understand why this is here. It doesn't make any sense.
Go explore. Do what you need to do.
All right, perhaps we should find where it was attached to the rest of the island and explore there.
Yes. Start by the edge.
Okay. As you all leave the home of Rufus, the two kids are still playing with each other with the sticks. They see Zahn, they're like, wow.
Zahn is very tempted to give them one of her axes, her hand axes.
Maybe when they're a little older.
I mean, I started learning younger than them, so
Different cultures, though.
See, there's a difference between just giving somebody a very, very sharp object and teaching them how to use it responsibly.
that is true.
That responsibility I hear in the Bard's voice.
What?
It's not like I've casually murdered people trying to feed, you know.
Did she say
We all
that in
have our
character?
things.
No, that was just Brandon.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, Zan doesn't know you're Oh no, yeah,
I
I know
know.
she does. Yeah. Okay.
As Doctor, you lead them towards the place where you believe it connected to the rest of the island. It's not a long walk. Again, this is maybe 5 to 8 acres of just floating landmass.
Yeah. A nice chunk to live on, but nothing too substantial.
Yep. You get to the point where the edge is, and you notice that it is just broken off.
About how high up from the clouds are we right now? Like the island is.
Right now, the bulk of the island is anywhere from like a constant 3 to 5 feet above.
Okay, so you can't just periodically and look down.
You certainly
Can't see
could.
much. Oh, I won't be able to see what I'm thinking might be there.
Can I try something stupid?
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, I've been doing that a
If I were-
lot.
If I were to look over the edge, how deep does the island, or what's left
It
of this island,
disappears into the cloud ocean.
So it's a thick boy. Okay.
I mean,
I could go down there and see if I can find something, see what's keeping it afloat, see if there's anything down there.
I have a suspicion. Anon was a very, like I said, private individual, but he did have money. So maybe there's something underneath his home.
Possible.
I don't know if he had a cellar or not. It's the first time I've actually been here. He usually comes to me for any medical things, then I don't come to him.
So what are you gonna do?
I am going to use spider climb
Yeah.
and just walk off the edge using spider climb to stick to the surface.
Okay. Zahn, you watch as Eva mutters a few arcane words and does some. Is it somatic as well?
It's just a feat. It's part of.
Oh, that's right.
Race.
You watch as
Race.
nothing happens. Really, you just see Eva walk towards the edge, and all of a sudden, he just goes right off the edge, but doesn't fall. She walks. Gravity seeming to changing with her body as she just moves right off the edge.
Is that an island thing? Can I do that?
Oh God, please try.
No, that is an Eva thing.
So
Please
perfect.
Actually,
God.
I actually, because if you want to try it, I don't, I'm not going to stop you, but pretty sure it's just an Eva thing.
Fairly certain.
Don't say that because she will try it.
You're free
Okay.
to try.
So Eva, as you head down, make an investigation check for me.
Boop. Make sure I get the right one. 14?
14. Okay. You are heading down. Let me get back to okay. As you're heading down, just straight down, you do notice there is a bit of loose gravel here and there, but most of it seems to be solid rock. And then after about barely even 10, 15 feet, it makes a drastic, immediate shift into worked stone.
When you say worked stone, are we talking like there is work that has been done to the stone, or as if
It has been, how can I put this? Make an intelligence check.
is it more? I guess what I'm asking is like, is it more like there was like a sewer system or a structure that got displaced, or was something made under here?
Something was made under there.
Okay.
It had to be hollowed out and then replaced with stonework.
Okay. And you said intelligence?
Yes.
Oh god. Oh god. That's a 2.
Okay.
Not one.
I
It
know.
is
At least it's on that.
to the best of your knowledge, because you do have experience in a major city. It's probably could be just rich people have very nice sewers under their houses. Or maybe even a large basement. Maybe it is some kind of a panic room.
Okay.
But as you continue, there's probably about, and again, at this point, it is just you're snowblind essentially.
Right. Just clouds.
Just clouds. Yep, clouds everywhere. Like a fish goes past your head a little once. Another fish goes past you. You get about 3 feet of stone. And then suddenly, as you continue to walk, you're now upside down. And you have gone into some kind of opening.
Ooh. I'm going to try. This might be out of range, but I'm going to try and cast message in the general direction I know where I left the other 3. I'm going to try and go towards Doctor. But if it doesn't,
I don't think you're out of range. I think you're out of.
it would be the stone that blocks it. wouldn't it?
Yes. Yeah. It is
okay.
blocked by the stone.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, I'll wait then. I'll
Okay.
keep going though.
Okay. After about 5-ish, 6 feet of walking upside down, clouds stop. No more clouds. But what you do see, because you do have dark vision, correct?
Yes.
Underneath here is a very low lit hallway that has a. Make a perception check for me, and I'll give you more once I see it, but this is what you get for your passive. And we'll see how much you get just looking intently.
21.
Oof, nice. You notice it is definitely a hallway that leads in a direction that would be relevant back towards the house. But what also
Back
catches
towards
you,
Rufus.
yes, what also catches you is that at the 4 corners of the hallway, both the 2 corners at the ceiling and the 2 corners at the floor, there is probably about a 6-inch thick run of faintly glowing, flickering runes.
Would I be able to make an Arcana check to see if I know these runes?
Yes.
To see what kind of magic they are? I can't do detect magic, so I don't know what the spell is, but I want to see if I know what kind of magic it is.
Absolutely.
Be nice, be nice, be nice. Oh, that's a 6.
What languages do you know?
Just Elvish and Common.
Okay. You recognize the language,
Oh shit.
but you do not recognize the organization of the characters. You don't understand
so I
their
would assume
purpose.
That this
It is Elvish.
right, but okay. I'm not going to fuck with it in case that's the only thing keeping this island where it is, because I don't know that.
Okay.
And knowing me, doing something dumb would kill everybody up here. I'm gonna go back the way I came and rejoin if the others are still there.
Okay. You're able to walk over, you go where you're vertical again, walk straight up, and then Zahn, as you are probably looking over the edge of this, intrigued,
Yep.
you just see Eva walk out.
Oh, jeez.
Don't try this at home, children, please. It really doesn't end well for most people.
Does Zahn ever try to jump her now?
She's very tempted, and she's gotten out her rope, and she's like tied it to her waist, and then she's like really thinking like, do I want to do this? Where am I gonna tie myself? These 2 are not gonna be able to hold me.
I can catch you.
Can you though?
I can actually.
Mm.
Well, can you catch her or can you help her? There's a difference.
Technically, it's both. I picked up something while we were on the boat.
Nice.
Huh.
Setting our little friend Tweely here.
Yeah, Zan does not jump over the edge.
Wise decision, dear.
Sometimes I have those.
So,
Your former neighbor? Acquaintance?
acquaintance is probably more accurate, actually.
Yeah, he was doing something. I was more just curious to learn what was actually keeping the island floating because we've never actually been able to find out before. And there's a chamber, so to speak, that is exposed to the air. Well, it is now. And leads back towards the dwelling that you just allowed Rufus to stay in. And there's some magic going on in there.
Well,
Elvish magic.
oh,
And she
Oh.
kind of just looks at Red.
Really?
I guess it makes sense, given what we know. But should probably head back to the dwelling and see if we can find an entrance to the basement or something.
Zon, make an intelligence check.
Oh no. This is gonna go great, you guys.
Listen, you
Please.
have a modifier higher than
Oh,
my modifier.
shit.
Oh,
Dirty 20!
okay. This is a very confusing conversation for you because they are saying that the language that these runes are written in is in Elvish, and you know very well elves don't exist anymore. They went back to the Feywild like 250 years ago.
Right.
That language is dead. No one uses it.
What are you guys talking about? Elves don't exist anymore.
Should we explain?
I think maybe we should just let her see.
I think it's best. I do agree. Let's show her what we were talking about.
I think is the air getting to you guys? Are we dipping down? Like, are you guys okay?
Red will start speaking in Elvish. Do you really think this is a dead language?
She has no idea what you're talking about.
No clue.
Would she recognize Elvish though?
No.
Nope.
Oh well.
She's speaking in Elvish.
Mm-hmm.
That just sounds like a bunch of gibberish. Very
Very
hoity-toity
glamorous.
gibberish, but
Yes.
Very hoity-toity gibberish. It really is.
gibberish.
It's very elegant gibberish.
Did I bump into her too hard last time?
I mean, she is still upset about it, so it is quite possible.
Could be.
No,
Well.
she and I have both have knowledge and experience in Elvish, and that is most definitely Elvish arcana down there.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's
Very-
similar to the other place.
Why is it always magic? Why
because-
can't it just be, oh, there's a door there and we just knock it down?
I mean,
you
I would
think
agree
it's that
with you.
easy?
It's a lot of things magic can accomplish, though.
Very true. You know, and she speaks in Elvish to Eva. I wonder how she's going to react the first time I set myself on fire. I kind of want to see it.
Kind of
I
in
know
response, Eva grins and she just goes, "Wait until she discovers I'm actually half elf. She's gonna lose her goddamn mind."
Absolutely.
Doc's just gonna look to Zon. Don't worry, I can't understand the meter.
Okay. I know exactly how Zan's gonna react to her being set on fire. It's fine. That's your only warning.
Fire damages others. That's your only warning.
She doesn't care.
So,
Anywho.
well, I guess we should head back to the homestead and see, like I said, find a basement. Wonder if he has.
Is there anywhere else you need to go? Anybody you want to look into, check up on
Well,
before
obviously,
we go back there?
the majority of the people I knew on the island are buried at the local cemetery, which is now in this portion of the island. I don't know if anyone was buried out here or not, but like, I didn't do any services out here, neither did my wife. So,
All right. Just we probably might not want to pry too hard, considering this is now going to be his homestead. He might not like that very much.
he did give us permission, though.
I'm just saying we keep our noses where they belong.
Well, we're not investigating them. We're investigating what's underneath the house.
Right. And obviously they haven't been down there or they've said something.
Doesn't look like they've been able to find an entrance at the very least, or they mainly just have been looking.
Right.
Because with the 2 children, you imagine they would probably find it on their explorations.
Well then, let's see if we can find it for them.
Okay, let's head on back. I guess we'll head on back, and
Right. You head back to the homestead.
Doc's probably gonna do a once over lap of the the building, see if there's like any like cellar door entrances on the outside.
The only other exit you find is just kind of essentially like a back entrance or exit.
Okay. Then I guess we'll just head on inside.
Okay. Do you knock?
Yeah, I guess we would knock.
I figured I'd give you guys the benefit of the doubt instead of just being the asshole about it.
I guess 3 of the 4 knock.
So the door opens up. It's Rufus. Oh, hey. Back
Hello.
already.
Yes, well, small island.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I mean, it's going to be a while for dinner.
That's fine. We were. Have you found a basement?
No?
Would you mind if we search for one?
There might be some magic going on, and we just want to make sure that it's safe.
Make a persuasion check.
I'm good at those.
Deferring all the evil for this.
There's my help die. Come here. Now I have a use for you. I'm going to need this.
Where are you?
Ha!
Hey.
Total of Jesus. 18.
Okay. Oh, all right. Just I'll be with you.
That's perfectly fine with me.
Can I?
You haven't.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna look at Rufus. You haven't found any like other doors or entrances or anything?
Nope. It's just there's pretty big place. It's got a study. It's got like another like a sunroom. It's got a pretty good kitchen. There's an office down here. There is a bedroom down here, but most of the bedrooms are upstairs. So the kids just turned it into a playroom.
Well, imagine there's an entrance to be just on the first floor, so we have no business going up to the second floor.
All right then. Well, go ahead.
Doc's going to be in searching. I guess I'll start with the study. That's where Doc will go at least.
As you head into the study, you try to open the door. It does not open.
He looks to Rufus. You lock this?
No,
I'm inside.
Inside.
The handle turns. The door handle turns.
Oh, it's not locked. It's just not opening.
Just I'm open.
Do you
Uh,
need some help with that?
I'd rather not break the door, but maybe push it open. But something might be blocking it.
Do you
I
push it
will
open,
try
Doctor?
not to break the door.
I have -1 to strength, so
You push it open.
I'll push it open. Sure.
Roll a strength check.
I'll try to push it open. Hey, not bad actually. 15.
So you push it and it moves a little bit, and then you look at it and you look around like, oh wait, hang on, and you can kind of see the hinges have been a little fucked up. So you lift on the handle and it opens right up.
Okay.
But this room is a fucking mess.
Mm.
Like there is still tons of books. There's broken glass. There's an overturned table. Rufus comes over. Yeah, I don't know what happened to this place, but it got, I don't know, like something shook a lot of things. I haven't gotten a chance to clean this place up yet.
I imagine from when it detached from the main island.
Well, yeah, but
Nice.
what would cause that kind of a disturbance?
That's what we're trying to find out.
Could I insight check Rufus to make sure that he didn't fuck this place up?
Sure. Let's check.
Yeah, that's about right for her.
He seems pretty fair.
Cool.
As the barbarians would say, he's as straight as a great axe.
Oh yeah.
Doc's gonna just check the study desk and see, just passively look around, just try to find if there's like any handwritten notes specifically that might hint to a hidden room.
Roll an investigation check. And we'll have 2 of you roll it, or 1 of you roll with advantage, and we'll just count this for the whole house, the whole first floor.
Okay. So does anyone want to roll with me?
I'll assist.
Yeah, I can
Okay,
assist.
We have shitty intelligence scores.
Yeah.
So
We're-
I'm
we're
rolling at advantage.
Okay.
Got it.
Zahn spoke it first. What do you do to assist? Justify your advantage.
She is going to go into the room and just start picking up books and just start reading out names and then putting them back on the bookshelf.
Okay.
Are they in common?
Or any of the languages that she knows. She'll say them all out loud.
There are a few books you pick up that are not in common.
Yeah. She's like, gibberish. Puts it on the desk.
Do you-
Red will go behind.
Do you
and pick
reset
up
the desk, I
gibberish
guess?
book.
You pick it up and fix it?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'll allow it.
Yeah.
Red goes behind and picks up the gibberish books.
Okay.
Sees if she can read them.
It's gibberish.
Cool.
Cool. Good talk.
Probably might. Yeah. I would say that Red and Eva would know what my native tongue looks like because they see my notes.
It seems vaguely familiar, but you can't read it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm rolling my advantage then. I'm adding a help die on that just to make sure.
Okay. Yeah.
It's a 23.
Use them.
Oh.
All right. The 23. You all not only, if everyone's going to help, I'll say you not only scour the first floor, you check the study. There's even like a sunroom, an office separate from the study. There is a playroom that was a bedroom, and there is the kitchen area. You think you find something, but all you find is a half cellar where you would keep like produce, wines, things like that. Nothing that goes deep enough down to justify being truly how far down you need to go.
No secret passageways or anything?
Nothing.
Okay. Do I at least find some handwritten notes to maybe get a clue?
The handwritten notes you find are mostly about the exploits of this Enon individual and how he. You find his journal. It's a retelling of his life, how he made his fortune peddling stones from various mining operations, being in his words, a cunning and quick-witted individual, which to you translates to he was a fucking dick. But it seems he made his way through having a single vessel that could move quickly, and he peddled in precious stones until he made enough to retire.
All right. Once we finish up, Doc says, "Well, only I guess he didn't have an entrance down there. At least not when it's in the house."
Were there stables or some other buildings around the main house?
There was not.
Mm,
Y'all have to excuse me. I am starving, so I'm gonna have some peanut butter.
Yum.
Don't mind me.
I mean, we could look outside and see if there's like an exterior entrance there, or like maybe
We can also just go rock
there's-
climbing.
Could. I love rock climbing.
That's a little bit more dangerous for you all than it is for me.
I think it would be okay, especially if we take the proper precautions.
True.
Yes,
Before
I did.
we head out,
Huh?
I'm going to pull out one of my sheets of paper,
Okay.
turn to red.
Mm-hmm.
Can you light this for me?
Sure. And she will.
So the blaze.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out which spell she's going to use, but yeah.
I'm not trying to incinerate it, mind you. I want to let it burn.
Right. And she lights the tip of one of her fingers on fire and touches it to the paper.
Okay.
Zan is very confused by this magic.
This is just a regular piece of paper. Is there anything particular I need to know about?
No, it's just regular paper.
Begins to burn.
It would have to be fucking quick too. I want to take it to the staircase, I guess, because we did a pretty good check of the first floor,
Okay.
and use the smoke that is coming off the paper and see where the smoke goes.
I see what you're doing.
If the smoke is going straight up, it would mean that there's no air current. But if there's an air current, that means there's a hole somewhere.
It's a very, very good idea. Unfortunately, the smoke just burned straight up.
All right. Just making sure before we leave.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I will scratch one piece of paper. Literally.
Yeah, paper is an individual item.
Okay. So do y'all head back to your prior location?
I believe so.
Okay.
Could Zan just be like, give me a second? And she's gonna literally run around the house, like jog around the house to see if there's any of those like cellar door, like Wizard of Oz, you see kind of into the basement things.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Oh god. Not bad for her.
Asking for rolls and shit. Who do you think you are?
God.
As you run around it, you hear the voice of one of your companions call out, I already tried that.
Yep, Doc literally did it before we went in.
I'm just, need to get some energy out. Yep. Too stagnant inside.
Inciting that one.
Roll inside check.
Oh, this is gonna go great.
Yeah, it is. It's a 26.
Fuck it, I just want to see.
Natural 20 are cool.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, even with a natural 20, when it comes to skill checks, it is the numerical value that matters.
Dang. Yeah. She's just dumb.
She's just dumb.
She's just dumb.
She says having a positive modifier into her intelligence.
Technically, she's supposed to be smarter than me.
Well, technically, I'm not playing her that way.
No, it's fine.
I mean, there's forms of intelligence, to be fair. So,
As you all head back to the last location you were at, what is the plan?
well, Eva can just spider climb her way down, so I think she's okay. The rest of us, I think we're just going to take some rope and hammer it into the ground and go down.
Okay. Do you have all necessary things for this?
For all three of you.
I have rope. Is there something... I don't have anything to hammer it into the ground necessarily. I mean, I have a javelin, but I don't know how strong that's going to be.
Depends on your strength check.
A lot. Yeah, that too.
And how deep you bury it in the ground.
She's gonna... Is there anything that she could tie off to?
Nope.
I may happen to have a hammer, pythons, and a rope.
That's all we need.
Go ahead then.
Who's doing the work?
Oh, not me. I'll hand it to.
Oh,
Not me.
you trust me with your things? Does this make us friends?
No, this does not make us friends.
Okay.
I trust your strength. I barely know you. Perhaps after we've spent some time around each other, then maybe. But I trust your strength.
I mean, we did just spend a few hours in a boat, but okay. She will, hammer Python deep into the ground.
All right.
Leaving enough for
How
her
many?
to tie off the rope.
How many?
Oh, all of them.
How many did you give her?
As many as Red gives her.
How many did you give her?
I mean, she's got 10.
How many did you give her?
2.
Okay, 2. Make
She hammers the 2.
make a strength check.
Oh, do I? Tempting, but no. Boo. Can I would like to use a help dice on this.
Okay, go ahead.
That's just a D4.
Just a D4, yep.
It's a 12.
Okay. Make a dexterity check.
I'm terrified.
No.
Oh. Is this... can I use danger sense on this?
No, it's not a trap. Or something.
I know it's definitely a DM trap, but not an
It's a
actual
DM trap, yeah. 16? Okay. You don't hit your hand.
Oh, that's good.
But it takes you it takes you longer than you would want. Everybody else is like, whatever, it's fine. But it takes you longer. It takes Zahn longer than what Zahn would want it to take.
Yes.
But you do get 2 sturdily into the ground. You feel confident about it. You tie your ropes off, and you have 2 well-established ropes.
Okay. 2 ropes. 2 of you go down. I'll make sure that they don't, fly off here, and then I'll go down after.
Okay.
Okay.
Eva, why don't you just walk alongside us just in case?
Right.
Don't worry, I fully intend on being the tour guide.
Okay. I will say there are no checks required. Everybody gets down safely and relatively easily.
Okay.
Okay.
As the all of you are now inside this. Eva, you would lead them a few feet in, correct?
Yeah, enough to make room for everybody at least.
Okay. So as all of you head in, you begin to notice that the clouds are rapidly dissipating the further in you go, and after about 5 or 6 feet, there is no more cloud within this space, which makes almost no sense because it should be filled with this substance. It's not.
Doc will look around and see if there's any like magic barriers or anything like that that would be pushing the clouds out.
The only thing you see is those 4 runs of the faintly glowing and flickering runes.
Can I make an Arcana check on them?
Sure.
Okay, so that is 27.
27. Looking at the way they are structured and the composition of them, they look to be less a force or a set of glyphs that are emitting magic, and they're just moving magic.
Okay. Are they moving magic like towards the clouds or more into the tunnel?
It seems to be either way.
Okay, so it's a two-way street. National looked at the rest of the party. Seeing that this is definitely elvish, but it seems to be just controlling the flow of magic both ways.
That would make sense if it is in some control of the island's movement. Then it would need to take in clouds and push out clouds.
Yes. If you wouldn't mind giving me about 10, 11 minutes, I'll see if I can see more, if there's any more hidden that we haven't seen just yet. And it might be useful for when we go further in.
Just be careful. We don't want to
I'm
mess anything up.
Not going to mess anything up. I will be ritually casting Detect Magic.
Okay.
That's all verbal somatic.
Is there anything anybody else wants to do for these next 10 minutes?
I mean, is there any writing?
There is writing within the enchantment, within the runes.
What does it say?
Make an intelligence check.
An intelligence check? If it's Elvish, I should just be able to read it.
You can read it.
That's gonna be a 13.
Okay. It's definitely Elvish, and you can read it.
Mm-hmm.
But the scope of the way they're used doesn't make sense. Like, it just seems to be random words chopped apart and plugged in various places. You do begin to see a pattern, and you're trying to figure it out, but because you're not a learned magic practitioner, that concept of making a rune is just a little beyond you. Like, your magic comes from your blood, from the nature of your essence of what you are.
Yeah.
This is definitely, to put it better, it's like boring calculus magic. Like, you can certainly read A through Z, but when it starts being a squared plus b squared minus a quarter fraction, it's what?
So it's canon now. The doctor practices boring calculus magic.
Oh, I thought about one time making a school of magic called mathematical magic.
That's just chrono magic in my mind, or clockwork magic.
Zahn, Eva, anything?
Zahn is not particularly a learned person. And so seeing Doc sit down to ritually cast this thing, and then the runes, and then Red looking at that, she's just like, sighs. Magic people. And then she just sits and just, like, sharpens an axe. She has nothing else to do.
Hey.
Ava, dear, do you think you could write down or maybe put in a diagram what this is in case we come across a way to decipher it in the future?
I will grab another paper and do a rub of it.
Okay. After the 10, 11 minutes passes, Doctor, your spell completes, and you can see around you the magic within these four, kind of like these runners of like railways, essentially.
Yes.
The magical skills within them are abjuration, enchantment, necromancy, and I'm trying to think what the other one. Those enchantment, abjuration, necromancy, those three.
Okay. When Doc sees this, he looks at the rest of the party. Yep, same form of magic as the statues.
Statues?
That's a different story altogether. You'll learn momentarily, I imagine.
Probably. So,
Speaking of which, when I look at Zahn, any of her stuff glowing?
Give me just a minute. Let me look. I can't remember. My apologies.
No.
No? Question mark?
No? Not really.
Please load faster. Let's go. I pay for good internet for a reason.
Just because you pay for it doesn't mean you always get it.
Always
trust
get
me.
it. You're not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
What
You
in
have to yell at people.
tarnation is going on here?
I mean, simple question. Does Zahn have anything magical on her?
I don't believe she does.
No.
So nothing magical on her is glowing. Yeah, leave it at that. No.
Okay.
Very mundane, very boring.
Yeah.
That doesn't hurt to check.
There is a school of magic coming up here. It's called the School of Muscle.
Yeah. School of Muscle.
All right, so
The best
with
school.
that, Doc's just gonna look at everyone. Well, I guess we should just go further in. She's gonna look to Red. Can you see very well in here?
I can always make a light, it's fine. And she will grab. Let's see.
That's actually a very good question. Zahn, can you see in the dark?
I only see the glow of the magic there.
Yep.
She'll grab her red crystal and use light.
Okay.
And yay.
All right.
So you have a way to see now.
Mm-hmm. The other two do at least.
Yep. Do y'all begin to follow the tunnel?
Yep.
Okay.
So as we go, just as a precaution, because we don't know what's down here, mage armor.
Oh yes, absolutely mage armor.
I have 11 AC. I need something a little bit higher to not die.
Okay, I was just doing some math real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, as all of you head forward, you go about 30 feet down this hallway. And you would have seen this once you lit it up. After about 30 feet, it comes to a T.
Okay.
Well, this might actually explain why there is nothing in Rufus's house.
Maybe. Directionally, if we go, like, say, the right, does that go toward an edge, or if we go left, does that go to the edge? 'Cause we started at an edge.
As you head in, going to the right would get you closer to an edge. Left would take you a little further into the what chunk of island you're on.
And then I'd say we go left.
Okay. What's the we just did this last night on our Tuesday game for
Mm-hmm.
Patreon. Gets loaded to Patreon. Tuesday night game. Lights 20 and 20.
Yes.
So 40 feet of vision. Okay.
And then 60 for anyone with dark vision.
Yeah.
Yes, which would be me and Eva.
So as all of you turn and look down that way, you can see that just beyond the light, the chamber opens up.
Do the runes go that way?
They go both ways.
Okay. Oh, I guess we go to the opening.
Right, that's what I'd say.
Okay.
Following your lead now, so.
As
Okay, go lead the way.
all of you head into this area, once you get to where the opening is, it opens into a. Make sure I get this right because it's 60 feet over. That gives me another. Got it. Okay. As you head into it, you are standing at the near the top of a large spherical chamber that most of this sphere is further down into the island. It's all open. You can see all of it. But it's probably about 80-ish feet across from end to end. And almost like looking at like an auditorium classroom, there are various layers that are only about 5 to 6 feet apart. And what looks to be this entire sphere is lined with shelves. Each shelf housing a stone rectangular shape, probably about, I don't know, 6 feet long, maybe 2 feet across, and maybe like 2 feet tall. And there's just dozens of these shelved items in this place. Each, as you all look, you can see the runes are running to each of them, and they are also covered in these runes. You can see it as you're standing here. You can almost feel like the just a beat of the sheer magic that's in this place.
Doctor,
Yes.
did you happen to say one of those energies was necrotic?
Yes. Abjuration, enchantment, and necrotic.
Does this look oddly...
Familiar?
I wasn't going to go that far, but yes.
It definitely reminds me of that chamber. Is there anything like in the center of the room, or
No, just open.
okay? Does the runes go down the hole?
Do what?
Do the runes like flow down the hole?
Oh yeah, they flow down to where they are. They are connected to each level.
Okay. Um, can I try to peer down it?
Yeah, you can see down at the bottom just fine. Just ends.
Okay.
It's just a sphere.
I see the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a massive amphitheater, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Hmm.
San.
Uh-huh.
About this time, you get a cold shiver up your spine
Mm.
as a creature you are linked with is attempting to reach out to you, give you its feelings on this place. It is disturbed.
I really don't like this place. Something's wrong about it.
Well, if it's just like the other place, I can understand why.
Does it have anything else to say?
No, it is disturbed and a little bit of frightened.
Mm. Okay.
Can I make my way to one of the runes?
Sure.
Tablets
Sure.
things on the shelves.
All over. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. I would like to cast ritual cast identify onto this thing. Just to double check, make sure that I'm not making an assumption that it could be wrong.
Okay. What are you casting it on?
The stone tablet thing you were describing, that's on the shelves.
Okay, so I'll make sure I describe this correctly. Make sure you get it right. It is a rectangular shape.
Yes.
They are 6 feet long, 2 feet tall, 2 feet wide.
Okay.
It's not like there's a tablet on it, it's part of it.
Okay. And the runes are covering these, so
Yes.
like, can I just investigate it first to see if there's like any seams in it?
Sure. Make an
Can
investigation
this
check.
open? That's a 10.
Okay. You gonna go with the 10?
Yeah. 14 wouldn't make a difference, I don't feel like, or not much of a difference what I'm looking for.
You have a d20.
You're right. I do have a roll. Reroll.
It's your call. Just make sure you didn't forget about it.
Mm-hmm. This could be very important information if I'm right, so I'm gonna take the reroll.
Okay.
All right, that one is a 20.
It's 20 total. Okay. So with the 20, you look this thing over, and as you're looking, you don't find a seam, but what you do find is, how do I put this? You know, like when a welder is really, really good at what they do, and you can barely see it?
Mm-hmm.
It's like this, but whereas there's torch and metal for welding, this is magical spellcraft and stonework.
Mm-hmm.
It is extremely well done. But you do find that about 2 inches down from the top of this thing, all the way around it, it's this thin trace of somebody who's very good welded these two together.
Okay. I think that just confirms my theory, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Doc, once he finds this, really examines it. I think these are tombs.
I was afraid he would say that.
Whoever sealed these things is very good with their magic and was able to mend the stone. Barely was able to see a difference.
So, who are the people in them, though?
I have a guess.
What if the runes are...
They're-
I don't know if she would understand this. If she would put 2 and 2 together.
It's your character.
Can always roll a die and let the die decide.
Mhm.
Yeah, I want to roll my physical dice because I don't get to.
Okay, that's fine. You can roll it.
That's a nat one.
Oh,
Nope. She's not putting 2 and 2
Wow.
together.
Doc's is hand still going across the welded molded rock seam.
Mhm.
and
Which hand?
doesn't really left hand.
Okay.
The one with my birthmark on it. But as he does this, he's doesn't look at the back of the party.
make a wisdom saving
don't-
throw.
Okay. 7.
You begin to hear whispers in your mind, Doctor. Unintelligible and numerous, as this shooting pain begins to carve its way through the back of your left hand.
Ooh. He's gonna grab his hand and hold the back of his palm.
Okay.
Oh, you okay?
Didn't expect that.
What happened?
Doc removes his glove.
You can see the birthmark on his hand is glowing
Oh, it's a new wrinkle.
in the same hue as the magic that is weakly flickering through this entire place.
You ever done that before?
Let's go to break.
Nah.
We'll find out.
No.
It's 7:45. It's break time.
It is. We need snacks.
We need snacks. So we're going to go get those snacks. We're going to take a 15-minute break, everybody. We will see you back at 8 o'clock. I hope you've enjoyed the first half. I look forward to seeing what happens next. Because maybe, I don't even know. Maybe this is all from the hip. You don't know. I don't know either. But we'll see you guys in 15 minutes. Oh, hi, everybody, and welcome back. Hopefully you went and got snacks. I know I did. I wolfed down an entire bagel with peanut butter and jelly on it. I just made a bagel peanut butter and jelly sandwich was how fat kid I was on my snack break. And I'm still kind of hungry because I hasn't hit my stomach yet, so I'm just going to be drinking a lot of water. You'll be singing that. As my table knows, I do go through a lot of water because they tease me before every stream. Brand, your water bottle full? Brand, your water bottle full? Brand, your water...
It's
Yes,
not
it's full.
teasing. We're trying to remind you because you'll forget otherwise.
Yes.
How many times have you had to
Exactly.
run off to refill it?
Shush! Anyways, prior to our break, we had listened in and watched and scene as the party had discovered a bit of an underground structure at this section of the archipelago of Ivory, the doctor's once home, seeming shattered or broken off, unsure how. But through their investigation, they come upon a peculiar spherical shaped end chamber lined with rows and rows and rows of these large stone shapes, roughly 2 feet tall, 2 feet wide, and about 6 feet long. After some investigation, the doctor did find what seems to be some kind of a arcane weld, essentially, amongst the top of one of these, and was just beginning to investigate it when something peculiar happened with the doctor's left hand, namely the back of his hand, where a particular birthmark does reside, seeming to have some kind of reaction to the magic surrounding this place. So we pick back up.
Doc is still holding his left hand, looking at the palm, and it's glowing, and it still hurts, correct?
Oh, it still hurts.
Okay. It's not the built-in pain, though. It's just like stinging pain, or
It is kind of like between the two. It's not enough to shut you down, but it definitely keeps all of your attention.
yeah. Especially since I'm emitting a glow that I've never done before.
Yep.
This is new.
And did
I
that
didn't realize you were a glow stick.
Neither did I.
that happened when you touched the plaque, the rune?
Down in a lot of voices,
Voices.
whispers. I couldn't make out any words or languages.
Right.
What if one of us touches it?
One of us that speaks Elvish, probably.
I want to try something first, if you don't mind.
All right, go ahead. You're the one hurting.
Okay. I'm going to reach down to my pouch and pull out my syringe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to drop some of the liquid in my syringe onto the coffin.
Okay. It lands, but you're unsure if it actually touched the stonework because it is absorbed so rapidly that there's not even a stain left behind. As fast as gravity could pull that liquid, it was into the stonework.
Well, that was not the reaction I was expecting, but have I told you all what this liquid is?
No, you've not.
No, I just met you guys today.
Doc takes the syringe and precipitations the needle. And because I took some of the blood the liquid out, I would inject it into my arm and draw a little bit more blood to refill it.
Oh. And I assume that has a purpose.
It's my conduit for my magic.
Right.
Yes. I was, and he was holds up his birthmark that's probably still glowing.
It
Well,
is still
not like
glowing,
you,
but at this point it has subsided.
Okay.
After
I'm
a
not-
few more moments pass, it does completely disappear.
Okay. He holds it up. I'm not exactly like you, Red, but there is magic in my blood.
Right.
One of the reasons I think I'm still alive, honestly. And I think that I'm not quite sure, honestly. There's so many implications to what just happened.
to. Maybe it absorbs magic. I could always try to light it on fire.
I don't think that's a good idea, but plus, I don't think stone would burn quite well as you would like. But
No, I mean
I
to see if it
don't.
absorbed it.
I don't think it's magic based. I hope at least that would be the good news if it is magic based.
Alright.
Who here doesn't have magic flowing through their blood?
Zan puts up her hand. Ish.
Ish.
Up and down, like, is it? I don't think so. I don't know what to classify it as.
Do you have any like abilities that like to just emit a magical effect?
Not no.
Then
And then Doc hears in his head, and only Doc hears this in his head. I don't know if me speaking to you like this is magical.
Doc will look at you and in his head respond, "Can you hear me?"
Yeah.
Okay, so you're not like you're not and out loud. He says, "Great, another one." She's
Oh.
like Drakex, though I can talk back to her. I don't know if that is magical or not, though. So
Okay. Then no,
Oh,
I am not magical. I don't know.
How sure are we that this is what we think this is?
Fairly certain, I'd say.
pretty certain there's a dead elf in this tomb. My only question is did it absorb my blood because it's magical, or did it absorb my blood because it needs it?
We can try and find out.
Zahn, would you mind giving it a drop of your blood?
She takes her axe and stabs her hand and holds it over.
Fucking Viking badass over here.
Okay.
Yup.
Just slice your hand off.
What's the damage dice on? Is it a D12?
No, not her great axe.
Okay, well, your
God,
hand
I'm
axe
not
is.
that. On her hand axe, it's 1d6 plus 5.
Alright, so-
but she was only like slicing her
So
palm.
roll D4.
Okay. Boop a doop.
Boop a doop boop boop. You take 3 points of piercing slashing damage as you cut your hand and you hold it out over this shape of stone and you squeeze and the blood just lands on it.
Then maybe it is magic blood that is after.
Shall I test this
Or-
theory?
Be
Is
my
it
Do you know
guest.
what
your
effect
blood?
it's having?
No, I can only guess.
I would be careful just offering up magical blood without
Uh,
knowing what it's fueling.
I can try to identify this, but I don't know if I'll get the answers we're looking for. I don't know if it'll even take hold, honestly.
You try that. I might have my own route.
Okay. Are you saying me to try to identify this, or try and say have Red cut her hand open?
No, we should identify it, I would think.
Okay. Then I will start ritual casting identify.
And because he is doing it through a ritual in the meantime, I am going to pull out the book that I've been carrying, place it on top, and see if I can use the book as a sort of focus to try and reach out to see if there's any like specters or anything
Okay.
that I can like
Both
tap
of you
into?
give me a spell casting check.
Is that just like with our modifiers?
Yep.
Then that's just a basic intelligence check for me.
Add your proficiency modifier, a spell casting check.
So yeah, spell attack roll then basically.
Yeah, there it is.
Okay. Natural 20 for 27.
Okay.
Dirty 20.
Okay. Things just got real.
I figured they might.
Yeah.
Doctor, as you
Yes.
focus on this, give me a constitution check real quick.
Okay. 15.
Solid. As you focus on this, the back of your hand begins to burn once more. And all of you watch as slowly the birthmark of that rose on the back of his left hand, it starts with an outline. And it just begins to get outlined in this sickly green colored energy in a very thin line. It just outlines every aspect of it. And as the doctor mutters more words and continues to spell, turns a page in his book, more and more of that tattoo, of that birthmark begins to have a tattoo like almost like a pronunciation, essentially glowing.
Mm-hmm.
Eva, as you are looking through the book and reading, you can feel the presence of the whispers. You don't see them, but you can feel them. You can hear them. And you look at Doc, and he takes a moment and look at you. You both have that moment where it's like we're hearing the same thing. Once the time passes for the spell to complete, Doctor, you are hit with this flash of knowledge. It actually almost knocks you backwards a bit. Just the sheer force of your body reacting to this memory or this flash of arcane inspiration or whatever it is that's hitting you. This knowledge rushes to your mind. You understand that this is called a sarcophagus of substance. You know it is designed that whatever creature is placed within it does not require food, air, or sleep, as long as they may remain within it.
Or sleep. Doc's taking like one footstep back from just the initial hit of this and takes a moment and brings his left hand instinctually up to his face to just like try to shake out the the
The
initial
heebie-jeebies?
shock. Yeah, basically.
The heebie-jeebies. It's real.
And
It's
then-
a condition now.
Mhm. Hand's still glowing, I'm sure.
Actually, roll d20.
Oh, yeah, good point. Yeah. Please roll high. Hey, I rolled high. That's a 16.
With your modifier,
Yes.
you're fine.
18 on a die and plus then the modifier.
You're fine.
Cool. um, Doc takes a moment to gather himself. I don't think they're dead.
Are they not?
This is a sarcophagus of sustaining. Anyone placed in it does not need air, does not need food or water, and does not need sleep.
All right, well, how do we get them out?
So I don't know if it's a good idea to get them out, but
They're
Is that-
people.
this island is barely floating as it is. If we get them out, you only get maybe one or two at most. But we'll probably have to leave the island.
And
don't think it can stay afloat.
Right. Well, we have ships in the raft.
But we have this. Yeah, I'm thinking about how much time would we have. I don't know. I know we don't have enough time to save everybody here.
You said that I'm not seeing, but I'm hearing, correct?
That's correct.
Can I try to isolate one
Sure.
in my mind?
Yeah, I would say you.
Because I've tried this before and it was really, really hard for me to do at that time.
It was roll D100 to see which personality you lock down. 18?
That is not the right one. D100. That was Sir Rot's roll.
Oh, whoops.
No.
Pretty close.
I
though,
looked
14.
over and just saw it. What was it?
14.
14? Hang on a minute here. Let me go grab my chart for these people.
Is my... I might have to
Oh,
check
okay.
beyond 20, see if it's coming through.
You isolate a singular voice, and it seems to be someone who is going through a conversation in what would be essentially like a tea shop. Like you can hear them talking. You only get their side of it, but it's in Elvish, and it's very, very upright, and it's, oh yes, of course, this is definitely an excellent blend of tea I'm enjoying as a child. It's so nice to find this blend here in this day and age.
Male or female?
Male.
Excuse me, brother, can you hear me? I just want to see if I get a response.
And you can almost audibly hear the crack in whatever space that is between you and this creature, or this semblance of sentience. You hear like the and the tone shifts completely. Is somebody there? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Obviously, you can hear me. Where am I? What happened to the tea shop? Where? Why is it cold?
Brother, I'm
Where's...
afraid I cannot answer all your questions, but I can tell you what I know. And I have questions for you in return.
I can't feel anything.
You are in some sort of stasis underground. Something is sustaining you in...
No, I can't. Where?
I know it's hard to understand. I'm sorry,
don't-
I don't know the details. There are hundreds of you down here, I assume, being sustained through magic, with nothing but your souls. I'm sorry, like I said, I don't know details. It's hard to explain. What's the last thing you remember before you felt the cold?
I was just in the tea shop. I was just standing there talking about the tea I enjoyed as a kid. And then now I'm nowhere but stretched. I can't. I don't know if it's dark or I just can't see. I can't feel my body. I feel like I'm floating. Wait, what's happening? What's going on? I don't. And it cuts off.
Do all of them cut off? Or just that one?
That one cuts off.
Okay.
Red. Zahn, as the two of you are not currently engaged in anything, you're probably keeping an eye about and around. You can see off to about 10 or 12 feet away from you, you see one of these sarcophagus begin to light up.
He was just going, no.
Zahn gets her axe out, prepared for, anything that might explode. It's fine. She's not paranoid at all. It's fine.
Don't attack them unless they attack first.
It lights up for a moment, and then it dims back down. And there is one less whisper within your mind, Eva.
Is it still glowing?
No, the lower end,
snuffs
yes.
out.
The lower end, yes.
Okay. So through, and then while I was talking, and then it just kind of poofed out, but it's still somewhat glowing. Okay. What was that?
Eva?
DM question. Did it
Sure.
seem like me making that connection caused that, or was it just timing? Would I be able to know that? Hard to tell.
It is hard to tell. Let me think here. Make an intelligence check.
Shit.
I know, but there's
No, it's fine.
there's a lot of chance
It's
involved
fine.
here.
Yeah, 8.
Oh.
8, it is difficult to tell if it's the timing or if you caused it. But I will say that Eva's a wise individual. It's fairly certain to discern that if nothing changes, nothing changes. If something suddenly comes in to instill change,
Change happens.
change happens. I would say, even though it's an 8, I would say that she would have enough wits to gather that her communicating with it probably caused it, but
Yeah, it interfered
why it
somehow.
happened, what caused that reaction to happen, unknown. You know you were the cause,
Yeah.
but you don't know what effect happened, except for the fact that you can no longer hear that voice.
Rest easy, brother. Sorry.
Meanwhile, Doc's over here is mumbling to himself the entire time.
Okay.
Because Rod's over here stewing ideas.
We were right. Partially. They're not your people, I don't think, unfortunately, Doctor.
No, but
They are elves, and they are
Trap.
trapped, lost. They said stretched, which didn't understand that one, but I mean, maybe they see things differently when they're non-corporeal.
maybe I have an idea, but I don't know if it will work.
Me interfering with whatever this process is has either destroyed or consumed that individual.
Is his the runes on his tomb coffin sarcophagus glowing still or no?
Yeah.
I don't think you killed him.
With
I think-
this plan of
Belief?
yours.
I think you reset him.
Reset.
I believe that's the best word for what I'm observing, at least. The runes on his sarcophagus aren't gone. They're still drawing his energy.
No wonder everyone left.
I have an idea.
Say it's about this time. Red, Eva, and Doctor. 3 of you have spent enough time down here now that the earlier intelligence checks I've requested have come to fruition.
Mm.
Looking at these runes that are leading over the sarcophagus and then back out. You do recognize the patterns, but it took you a minute.
Oh.
They are rather reminiscent of the weave tech ruins and arcane symbols that run over the skies of Wingata.
Yep.
Powers the Weave Railway.
Mm-hmm. Oh, that makes more sense now.
It's soul magic. And they use
Yes.
elves to do it.
And
Which
we
makes
need to free them. I know that we can't do it at the moment until we get everybody out. But we need to free them.
As I
I
said,
don't-
I don't know if we can free all of them.
And
But-
if we do, we don't know what this is powering. If this is keeping the island, we may end up freeing those elves and we will kill everybody else on the surface. We have no way to keep this island from just falling.
I have an idea, though, to at least save one. But again, it's going to take some preparation on our parts. We need to be smart about this. I don't want to risk this island just dropping and taking us all with it. Especially those on the surface. Rufus and his family don't deserve that. But we can open up one of these sarcophagus and I can prepare a ritual to sustain, if their body is already dead, to sustain that body. If it is not dead, I can keep it alive.
We have bigger problems than that, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
We are essentially stranded here.
Only
We
way
are.
off is Rufus's boat.
Mm-hmm.
We are quite far from another island, as far as I'm aware.
We're about a day's journey from Reese, but that's not the best place to go.
May
could
end up being
always-
the only place that we have to go.
Right.
And with a potentially undead elf companion, that might not.
Doctor Slow looks at
one?
you.
No. I know.
So,
If you want to free one, I won't stop you.
I'm just
But
giving you
these-
a method to free at least one. I don't think it's a good idea, but if all of you are set on doing it, I can do it.
Why? Maybe we should check out why the island lowers first.
From my understanding, this with most islands, it's like a recharge phase.
Oh.
right. At night.
uses less energy when you don't have to keep it floating as high.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, Zahn, you have heard of this before. It's not common, except amongst the largest of the floating land masses.
Oh, okay.
Like Riz is a special case. Riz does not have to descend or ascend.
Mhm.
The only really one that has to is Wingata.
Oh, okay. I mean, if it gets us, if he's alive, it'll get us more answers.
But more questions as well.
Well, yeah.
But like Eva said, we don't have a way off the island right now, and we would be
I mean, we have a
forcing.
way off.
You
But
do.
we would be forcing Rufus and his family to take us with them, as well as an elf.
I mean, most people would be bloody happy to see an elf, to be honest.
Right.
Yes,
And
but how should we explain this to Rufus?
Hey, by the way, the island that you're actually on is secretly powered by
Yeah,
elves that are
all
insane.
the islands are powered by dead elves, and yeah, we just freed one, so the island's going to start sinking probably.
we don't need to say all that.
Exactly, but
We could say something else, like we've noticed through the patterns that this island is going to sink. We all need to go.
How do we explain a new companion?
I'm checking my spells. Hold on.
I'm checking my spells. Hold on.
Doc doesn't have any
that's
answers for
more.
that.
I think that's more my wheelhouse. Let me take care of that.
Probably.
Could just say you summoned him.
Oh, I have
I've seen people
many ways
summon
I can.
things.
I'll
I
leave
mean-
that to you guys, but
Rufus doesn't know what you guys do.
to be fair,
So
you only found out now.
true.
This technically isn't what we do, is what we've been dragged into. If you want to be honest here.
Honestly, the way I see it is that if there is a ship, an actual ship, and they plan on going out, we can leave with them. We've already half manned a ship once, and anything even remotely smaller should be remotely easier.
They also said they're low on supplies, so they would have to leave island at some point, anyways.
Right.
But if we can go with them wherever they end up going, we can at least get away from here and not be stranded, hopefully.
Agreed.
We also need to get back to Wingata because we need to report to your captain friend.
This island is mobile.
Yeah, that's true.
It's path unknown.
Yes,
But it is mobile.
Unless there's a control center somewhere, I don't see another option here.
At the very least, maybe one of the elves could help us free the rest.
Sacrifice these. You saying that save one to save the many?
Who are we sacrificing?
He just gestures to all the other sarcophagus in the room. We only save one of them.
Well,
And
we
how
can
many
try.
others are there to free?
Uh,
Not
my-
here, everywhere.
My idea might not even work, to be fair. This is true. I don't know if they're actually dead or alive in these sarcophagus, but how long do owls typically live? Does anyone know?
Hundreds.
And they first finished 200 something years ago.
And if they don't need food, water, sleep, any of that, there's a
Very-
fair chance that they're
Very likely they're alive.
Right.
they're just in stasis of some sort.
And if that's the case here, that's the case on all the islands. That's how everything is kept up.
I do have one more idea if we want to wait on this. Don't have to make a decision now.
Right?
He looks to Eva. We can try walking. See, that gets
not
us
so
more. Might find out more, at least from that perspective.
I'm not so sure that's a good idea after the last walk I did.
Fair enough, but sometimes we don't really have a choice now, do we?
I would say we leave that as a last resort.
I think that's fair. I do think we need to let Rufus and his family know to prep their ship at least, or sail.
Well, we can ask them. We can't force them.
No, we can't. But if we're committed to doing this, forcing might be the nicest thing we can do.
I mean, if we tell them that the island is going to sink,
We also don't know how much it's going to sink by. It may still float, just not as high.
right? But that
Should
would
we wait
mean
for
it's
it?
Taking
the
away
top-
a percentage of the energy.
I guess the question is, should we wait until it's at its highest to do this?
You
We
alright over
should,
there,
yes.
friend?
Oh,
Mm-hmm. You need stuff on stream. So, do we wait till it's at its highest and then do this?
right.
That would make sense.
Because it's getting late and it's going to sink more. So,
So, crazy theory here. and this is just what I've observed you guys talking about. Are you guys saying that weave tech is powered by elves?
It would seem that way.
By
Right.
their souls, more specifically,
Hmm.
which is why they all disappeared from this realm.
To know that they
So-
left.
Yeah, they were taken.
And the ones who survived probably fled, if there were any.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wait, what if that's what Reese is preparing for?
Is that why they're so
So-
secretive, baby?
To plane shift?
To go retrieve more elves?
Mhm.
I will murder them all. And
It
you
would
see
make-
her eyes turn red again.
You would not be alone in this.
I don't think you would be here. I'm sure the majority of the world would think the same way. Because only a few people probably know this truth.
Well, truth is a stretch for now. It needs a lot of work to prove that.
Well, a living elf would be quite a bit of proof.
Oh, I agree, but even then,
It could be risky, I understand. Mhm.
well, if we want to do this at the height, then we need to wait till tomorrow. So our best bet is to go back up and get a rest for the night.
Agreed.
If you want to talk to Rufus, go ahead. I don't see the harm in it, but he may not want to go right now.
That's the trick, isn't it? Speaking of player asking this, where's Tweely?
Oh no.
Kidding? Twilly's hanging out in my backpack.
There you go.
Oh, that's right. Okay. I forgot she fits in that.
She's only a cub. She's not that big yet.
I'm just the place a piece in my head. Size proportions are weird.
Sam feeds it a piece of jerky.
Just
love the
purr
fact that-
chewing.
I love the fact that our Viking is obsessed with my cat.
Yes. Totem barbarian. It makes sense.
So,
Back to the surface for now, then, I guess.
I guess so.
All right. You guys leave?
Yes.
Reluctantly.
On our way out, Doc just mentioned this doesn't answer why this portion of the island separated, though.
I
No,
mean,
we are in the
random.
sky.
Random theory. Maybe this was where the source of the power was. And I'm sorry to say, but maybe the rest of the island just dropped.
I don't think that's the case, but I can't rule it out either. But I'm gonna hope it's not the case.
I hope it's not either, because that would just be terrible. But
Salt in the wound. But anyways,
It's better than my theory, you know. I was thinking more of like, meteorites falling from the sky because that happens. Again, we are above the clouds.
this is true.
Or something else happened to the elves under that part.
My biggest fear is that these gestures as they're walking could be contributing to what wiped out my island.
Right. Oh, what
Magic
wiped
gone
out your...
bad.
Right, what
Corrupted,
wiped out-
maybe.
Yeah, true. But why haven't we seen it anywhere else?
Mine was a smaller island.
It had nowhere to spread to.
Yep, nearest
The
island to
island
us.
keeps it contained.
And the nearest island to us, we only ever saw it once a month. That's when we were closest in a cycle to make trade. Otherwise, it was too far.
Well, what about Reese then? Reese doesn't allow for any of that either.
Reese is also very secretive and militaristic. If something like that did happen, you think they'd let anyone know?
But why hasn't it fallen or broken?
because they're gaining more fuel from the other islands.
True.
I'm not 100% if that's actually what happened or if it is even related, but it's a theory until proven otherwise. Most of these islands might be just ticking time bombs.
As all of you get back to where Rufus has his family have made their home,
Mhm.
first thing you notice is that there's a new structure not too far away from the homestead. A simple A-frame with some other wood slats holding it together. And you can see there's a decent catch hanging from it. Probably anywhere from 10 to 12 decently sized skyfish.
So he's utilizing the low tides.
Makes sense.
It does. Wow. Should we just
Done.
I'd probably wait till the morning to explain?
That's up to you.
That is entirely up to you.
I am not the most persuasive here. We all know this.
Are you trying to persuade them or are you trying to explain to them, Doctor? There's a difference.
I can explain all I can, but if I'm also trying to convince them that, hey, this might be a good idea to do, I'm going to need some help.
Do you think they'll even believe us?
This is true, but Doc does some quick math in his head. Rufus isn't that big. He might can come down with us.
It's possible.
If you want persuasion, I can help. But
If it comes to it, I'm sure it'll be obvious to you. But what else should I tell them?
honestly, might even leave out the whole "there's elves under the island" part and just say that the island is running out of energy.
All right.
We don't know when, we don't know why, we don't know how. But there are going to be lives in danger in the future.
Yes.
And we would rather see everybody to safety before the crisis occurs.
Right, and you can
They
even
don't have to believe us, they don't have to take our word for it, but
I guess the next question is, if he believes us and he wants to set sail tonight, what do we do?
I will go back down there. I don't care. I can sleep on a ship. Besides, they'll need time to pack their things and hopefully speak with some other people.
Who would be where as you all are walking across this stretch of land?
I imagine Doc's like middle of the party, or we like walking in a side of the line, just all going the same direction, or like I don't think we're doing single file for sure.
Okay.
Sam's probably at the front, probably letting the rest of the party because they understand what's going on. Zan's just like, I just want to get to Wingata. I don't know what you guys are doing, but okay.
and
As you guys are walking, you come through a bit of like a taller patch of grass, and Zahn, you feel something smack you on the back of the calf.
She looks down.
It's one of the kids. He goes, tag, and just runs.
She just looks at the party, looks at where the kid's running. You guys
Well?
have fun? and she bolts off.
Bolt off.
Like sprints after the child.
And there she goes.
Probably for the best.
Can't keep a child waiting.
Nope, cannot.
Won't be waiting for long.
Then all of you watch that after Zan takes off, the brother who was hiding stands up, avoided all of your passive perceptions. I rolled a 19 and a 17 for their stealth. That was just on the dice. I just rolled 2d20 real quick to see how they did. I was like, oh shit, okay, good job, kids.
Yeah.
So the second one takes off as well, just running.
Hey, Zan, you might want to. You know what? Never mind.
What? She falls over. Trips over a rock.
Kid
falls over
turns
the edge.
around, like pulls his eyes, starts talking out, you're slow.
Starts dashing after the child.
Ah! Takes off.
Dyson looks at the other rudder and is like, I don't believe you caught your name. I'm the doctor.
Oh, they're gone.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
they
They're both
both
gone?
took off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Zan's chasing one, and the other one's chasing her.
Yep.
Trying.
But the three of you eventually make it to the homestead. As you hear the sound of laughter in the background.
When we get to the door, we'll knock.
Okay. A female woman opens it. She has kind of a long, gently braided blonde hair. She has a pair of bright blue eyes and just like simple clothes, like a simple dress for the weather and an apron on. You can see she has a knife in one hand and a fish in the other. Oh, your husband told me about you. Rufus? Yeah. Busy. So was I. Those people are back. And she waves you in with the knife, like just like, come on in, come on. Like the knife in hand, everything, just unaware she's holding a fucking knife. She waves the three of you in and she heads off to the kitchen area to where she goes back to preparing dinner. And you see Rufus is there as well, just cutting some things up. Oh, hey. Welcome back.
Oh,
Y'all in luck. I had a good catch today. Plenty of food now.
that's good to hear.
Yeah, this place is great. It just keeps going. Back to work.
I think it's best to let him work for now. Maybe after dinner we talk.
After the wife gets done with what she was doing, she kind of, where are the boys? I swear. And she at the front door and she just yells, Demis! Barack! Come on in!
Zan appears carrying the two children like sacks of potatoes.
They're just defeated. Just, man, I thought we were faster. And they're like fighting each other. Well, you tripped. No, you made me trip. No, you tripped first.
she just like bounces them a bit.
Ah. Oh my goodness, thank you. What's your name?
Zan,
I'm Ada. It's nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Thanks for...
Is that fish I smell?
It is. Thanks for rounding these two up. I appreciate it.
Easy peasy.
Well, go get clean for dinner. Go, 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 go. Okay. And they like begrudgingly walk off.
Zana's like, did she mean me too?
And she looks at you. Yes, go wash up.
Follow the kids.
Follow the kids.
Yeah.
You fall into just a basic washroom, like a large bowl with some water in it, and they just start washing their hands and their face.
Yep.
Wow, you're really fast. All that stuff on you.
I trained really hard and I ate my vegetable. I
Ugh.
ate everything. I know they taste disgusting,
Sounds
but they give you lots of strength. Want to run fast?
Make a persuasion check.
Eat
I was gonna
everything.
say you better put some meat behind that. phrase.
Yeah. She is. Yeah.
Holy
22.
shit! 22.
That's
Okay.
Wow.
That's perception, not persuasion.
Yeah, that's
Fuck.
perception. What's your?
14. Pretty good.
No, we'll keep your first roll. So just
Okay,
take off
0.
3. So
Yeah.
19. Okay, 19. Okay. Wow. And they start washing up faster, and they dry off, and they take off to the kitchen.
Yep. She walks back all proud, like, yeah, I did something.
But a delicious meal is made of fish, basic starches like potatoes, some carrots. You notice that the portions are a bit reversed. There's more protein than there is vegetables.
Xana's very pleased by this anyway.
Yeah, you're like, whatever, let's go.
All the meat.
Rubus does eventually obviously joins the table. And yeah, y'all find anything weird? Anything out there?
Well,
I mean, it's
we
just
found out-
grass
we went underneath the island. Actually,
underneath it. Is that?
found the device that keeps this thing afloat,
Oh,
or part of one, I should say. I don't think it's the full aspect. This was a chunk of a bigger island. I can only imagine there was probably more to it.
oh. Was everything okay?
The magic streams seem to be fading in and out. I don't know how stable this island actually is.
Oh,
I can take you down and show you in the morning, or if you wish, or was it we can?
no, that is far beyond me. I'm a fish merchant. At least I was by trade. Not anymore. Still a pretty good catch though. Just could never nail down the business part of it.
Yeah. Well, actually, have you ever been to Wingata?
He hasn't, but let's see if he's heard of it. No, definitely heard of it though. Big place, right?
Yeah. Well, most of us are from Wingata, actually.
Oh, wow.
I actually own an apothecary.
And a
over
pop
in
of
Sir,
what?
which I sell herbal medicine and
Oh.
healing remedies.
Oh, you want to? Oh, okay.
Well,
You're one
I-
of those.
I do go
He
by
stops
the doc.
himself from saying it.
Quack, quack.
I-
A duck comes waddling into the room. Quack, quack.
A duck wearing a
Right.
plague doctor mask.
Yeah.
I-
Artist, get on it.
Mhm. Doc just chuckles like, not the first to say that, but
Well, I mean, you
He
are a
just-
little. He
Yes,
pantomimes the mask like you're a little weird.
it was a
How
gift.
do you
so
eat?
well, since I hadn't dug in yet, I'll show you.
And
Red is watching this
you see both the
intently.
kids have their hands on the table and just leaning forward, eyes are wide.
I start unbuckling the beak.
I told you he was a bird. No, he's not. He's a man. He's a bird.
And I take the food and I slide it down the beak.
See, look, he doesn't have a mouth. That is his mouth. There's no face. That is his face. No, he's just a mask. You're stupid. You're stupid.
And then Doc, hearing this, leans over and just does a little quick motion and casts precipitation and make a little sparks saying, "Be nice."
Wow. You see Rufus kind of sits up in his chair. Oh, magic.
Well,
Interesting.
herbal medicine can only do so much.
True.
But maybe I have a business proposition for you then, if you're in the market for it, at least.
Well, what
I
would
can
need?
definitely use I would love to have a merchant that can ship me more herbs to my shop and I would pay you, obviously.
Sounds pretty good.
A steady supply would make my job much easier. Takes time to grow, you know.
Steady paycheck would make mine easier.
Exactly. So we both can benefit from this.
You can see he starts getting a bit more serious and deep in thought. He starts looking around the place. I don't know. This house is pretty nice. And it's free.
Can't be free. I do agree. But merchants are always in high demand in Ungada.
How far away are we from here?
About a month on ship.
Off. We wouldn't make that trip without what we have.
I know we're only days from Rees, and
Ooh.
exactly.
And 9 gods would you go there?
Get a
Business.
ship
What was that, Eva?
to get a ship. If I think about us like going and coming from Reese, could I guesstimate how much it would take for us to charter a ship from Reese back to Wingata?
Oof.
I know. Just ballparking.
Hang on. No, I need to consult the manual. Well, they have a thing for this. Just gotta find it.
I know.
Right there. That easy. There we go. Oh gosh, now I have to do math. Shit.
Can't be easy all the time.
I know. I'm thinking. If I had to give you anything near a ballpark, I'd say I think I'm still undercutting this. It'd be like 50 gold per person.
Okay. Good to know.
And it's just like ballparked average rating.
Yeah, because it's 1 silver piece per mile.
Mm.
So actually, no, it'd probably be less. I will get you a better answer later.
Okay.
Okay, that works. Reese would be the closest destination we have. From there, it would be, can we charter a ship to Wingata? Because obviously we don't want to stay in Reese.
No, we wouldn't be welcomed. Not many people are.
I mean, I understand it might not be something that you can do. And in that case, I get it. But it's worth thinking about before whatever is sustaining this island stops sustaining this island.
Doc's gonna look through this. You wouldn't happen to have a map of the islands, would you?
No, I don't. Sorry.
Okay. Just wondering if there Reese being the closest, if there was any other options nearby.
Oh, damn, I was close.
Oh, hey.
48 gold.
Per person. It's not bad.
Damn, I'm good. I'm proud of myself on that one. That was the guess.
48. Oof.
How stable do you think this island is?
It's hard to tell. I'm not an expert on
Could you-
what's powering this, at least.
Think you can figure it out?
We need
I,
a lot more resources than we have here.
that's very true. Do what I could today, but I think it's because it's disconnected from the other sources,
And the magic is fading.
slowly but surely. I can I get a guesstimate?
On what?
How long until this island stops operating?
I'm gonna just make the call now. That is unfortunately beyond your comprehension.
Cool. Does not hurt to ask.
No, it doesn't. But he kind of takes a moment. So theoretically, I guess this place could just drop at a moment's notice.
No, I don't think it would be a moment's notice as of tonight or tomorrow, but
It could be weeks,
Mhm.
it could be months, it could be sooner. But we do know that eventually, once the energy is gone, there's nothing to replace it here. So it will eventually.
Well, is there anything you can replace it with?
nothing that we can get our hands on.
Oh.
Again, we're not experts in what keeps islands afloat, but for what we observed down there, the resource itself is very rare. It would have to be.
I need Eva and Doctor to give me a general charisma check.
Regardless of the role, I'm adding the last help die on this.
Okay.
Probably same. Honestly. Definitely. 13.
17.
17 and what?
13. Did I say that right? Yeah, 13.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That is a team total of 30. Let me think on it.
Of course.
course.
No one can rush this
And-
decision.
If you decide that you would like to stay, you're more than welcome to. We're just making sure you're aware of,
The risk.
well, yeah, essentially.
Kids, go get her for bed. Yes, Dad. And they get up and leave.
I'm sorry we can't be more definitive about this, but we are actually learning as we are discovering.
No, it's all right. It's the way that things go. Even though I was a simple fisherman, get a good catch one day, the next day it's just garbage. You find a good catch, and he kind of gestures broadly to the surrounding homestead.
Mhm.
It comes with a cost.
Well, silver lining, if you ever make your way to Winningata, if you happen to get there before us, the apothecaries in the storage field, you can ask any of the farming families for directions in that area, and they can point you right to it. But if we are there before you, we can start working on that business deal.
How much funds do you have amongst all of you?
At this moment, that's a good question. Have we done a party count? How much we have yet?
Party count? No, but I think I'm still the richest here.
That's probably true.
What
we don't
is
have-
money?
Just we don't have Drakics anymore.
Right? Drakix had most of the money.
Yeah, he was the treasure hoarder, wasn't he?
Mm,
He had all those gems and shit on him.
Mhm.
If you're talking in gold, I have 138.
I'm gonna add 30 onto that at the moment.
above game. Platinum is 10 gold, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, you said those coins I gave you?
I have 109.
50.
Still not bad.
No, I don't buy things.
Me neither, actually.
At this point, This would be Red, Doctor, and Eva. You notice Ada's hand kind of very softly moves onto her husband's. And she just kind of gives a little squeeze. Yeah. All right. $150 gold. All of you. From here to Riz to Wingata. Just because we have to resupply.
I think that's fair.
On your ship.
Fair.
You can hold us.
We do have some experience in shipment work. Just as the Eva, Red, and Zan.
Good.
So we can at least reduce some of that work you have with yourself. We'll still pay you the 150. I think it's more than fair.
Give me a few days to break it to the kids and to. You said we at least have a few more days, right?
At the very least, yes. I don't suspect this will happen anytime soon.
Let us enjoy
It will
this
happen.
for a little bit longer.
Of course, we'll be around. Obviously,
There's nowhere else for you to stay unless you want to sleep under the stars. Wouldn't
I don't think
suggest it
that's-
though.
yes, I agree.
You can at least stay in here. Sleep on the floor in the kitchen area. I know it's not the best, but at least you're
We'll make
inside.
do. Yes.
If there are others around that will listen to you, I suggest at least trying to give them some warning.
Maybe
But-
leave a message behind.
Whether or not they, of course, follow it is up to them. We
Of
do not
course.
mean to push anybody. We just want to make sure you're aware of. You are welcome to make your own decisions.
Give us a few days.
Of course.
And
In that time, we'll see if we can learn more about the power source. Maybe give you more an exact day.
all right. And he stands up. Just like a moment of silence, just kind of taking in the ups and the downs. His wife rises and she grabs her plate, his plate. The husband, he grabs the kids' plates. They just kind of silently begin to kind of clean up dinner.
As they
I
go
can-
to leave, if you hear noises on the roof, it'll be me. I don't mean to startle you, but I'll be up there.
Okay. Yeah, the second floor usually doesn't get submerged. Okay.
Stan gets up and goes over and just says, I can do the dishes. You both cooked. The least I can do.
I can help.
You just hear Rufus kind of say something under his breath. I don't want you to break my dishes.
I'll help. And Doc actually will reach into his pouch and he'll pull out a bar of soap.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Not that scary.
You know. Oh.
Don't have to. I can clean
I
them
could
magically
do-
with this with soap. So
Right, we could clean them magically.
Are you going to presentation the fucking dishes? I hate you both.
yes, and I'm taking this and I'm
Prestidigitation the dishes.
with soap suds.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And Zan's just like, I just wanted to clean dishes. Okay.
So the husband and wife, they head upstairs for the evening. As all of you settle into your respective sleep spaces for tonight. Go ahead and end the episode there.
Woo.
It's a really good episode, guys.
It
Yeah.
was.
I had a lot of fun.
It was.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, Megan, what did you find?
See.
What did you do?
You photoshopped it.
Love it.
Join the Discord. See the Photoshop that Megan.
This is why
created
Discords
as an
exist.
abomination.
This is why Discords exist, to watch hilarious. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. To my table, who properly resides above me as they should, thank you for very much for a very fun session. And to all of the fantastic community out there, thank you for being here. We look forward to telling more fun stories and tales, and I look forward to being in the player's seat Sunday for our Patreon exclusive. Hang on, no, wait, that verbiage is not going to be right. You can get the one shot on our Patreon, but we're going to run it live for all of you so you can see what you're getting. So on Sunday, tune in for that fun madness. Until then, please have a safe week. Remember to always eat your snacks and have a great night.